Hi Kevin, this is Jim Gillis with the National Student Parent Mock Election and Win My Vote. Thanks for getting back to me so quickly, and also apologies for not being able to see me. I have my camera on, but for some reason the screen capture software doesn't like it, and it makes it go away when I start it. I'm going to figure that out, but I wanted to get this to you as soon as possible. As you can imagine, we're still really far away from the mock election, but this is a real critical and pivotal time right now with the mock election. We're really moving quickly with sponsors and partners and what we call trusted sources. So I wanted to give you a quick little demo of the new ballot, because this is sort of the old site as well as the old ballot on Win My Vote. And I'll talk with you about those as well as your organization being active on the Win My Vote site. And Win My Vote is a nonpartisan, universal social voter guide that really allows groups and organizations to create online endorsement ballots and share those with all their members, and then even interact with all their members. So. But first I'll show you this is the old site for the National Student Parent Mock Election, and this is what kind of the old ballot looks like for the National Student Parent Mock Election. Most of the functionality will still be there. All the same stuff is on the back end, so you'll still be able to click on the candidate, watch videos, see endorsements, drill down to see full bio, and a variety of other things. But it's going to be formatted in a different way, which I'll show you real quickly. And sorry about that, but I was doing a demo earlier. So it will look like this. There'll be two sites. There'll be the National Student Vote, which will just be the ballot and the voting side of it. It'll be a lot less commitment from the teacher or the school districts that just want to participate sort of in the one-day vote. The National Student Parent Mock Election site will be updated and focused more on the mock election curriculum and lesson plans and exercises and a variety of other things that they do for teachers that want to commit an entire week to the process. So here, they'll be able to sign up real quickly with just one click. I'll show you what a sample ballot looks like. It'll look like this. So similar to the old ballot, but a little bit more. They'll be able to click on a candidate. The profiles we think look a little bit better, and they'll feature issues. Obviously, they won't have donate there, but they'll be able to click around and see, some of the sites that the candidate has, and then they'll obviously be able to hear directly from the candidate as well as on all these issues. They'll have featured endorsements, and again, that's where your group comes into play, right? You'll be able to have an endorsement there. And then if the student likes this candidate, they can favorite the candidate there, and they can click back to their ballot, and then they can go to the next candidates, and they can go on, and then they can also change their mind. They can favorite right from here as well, and they can do that. We're also going to have ballot questions. So when they click on the ballot questions, these aren't finalized yet, but they'll most likely be these three and probably 3 additional ones. But they'll be able to, sorry about that, there's some construction outside. They'll be able to click on the topic here and sort of read about the question, right? And we're going to have sort of yes/no questions. And then from there, they'll be able to reference pro and con arguments. And now this is just a mock-up. We will most likely have the name of the organization or the person that's making the argument in favor of, and maybe even some better looking graphics. But essentially it'll be like this, and then the student can click on that and they'll be able to read the argument or the support, and they can also, it may also be a video that they can watch the video straight from there, and then they can scroll down and they can click on the counter arguments, and we're hoping that this leads to a discussion. There'll also be, and you don't see it right here, but there'll be here a link that will be the comment on this race, and that is very similar to this right here. they'll be able to comment on the race, and it will click down, and they'll have a board here that they can then, talk to other students, and they can share profiles, and they can do a variety of things, that way. So it can be in sort of an ongoing process. So that is the National Student Parent Mock Election, and again, I would love to talk with you all about that. So sorry about that bad editing job there. But this is the site Win My Vote group page. And this is where your organization would have a group page and make endorsements. And the way that that's done, first I'll give you the view as a voter, right? So if I'm a voter and I land on your site, or if I'm a member, obviously, and I land on your site, I can kind of look through here and learn a little bit about your organization. I can see where you guys stand on the issues, and then if there's some specific issues that you guys highlight, I can click onto those, and then I can go up here. Now this, for the record, is just a place for you to be able to distinguish which candidates you're endorsing, which candidates you're not endorsing, and that type of stuff. And we're hoping that that's a section there that is either, that allows you to address sort of negative campaigning head on and not get caught up with that being your main message. And I can talk with you more about that. But then as far as the endorsements go, as a voter, I can now just look at your endorsements per ballot, and I can see those. And then this is obviously this would be my ballot. As a voter, I'd be looking at you through my ballot, and I could say, oh, this is interesting. I want to hear what they have to say about this candidate, and then I say, yep, I want to favorite this candidate, and I can favorite the candidate like all of your votes, or just one by one, and then I can go to the next one, and I can do the same thing. But it allows you to organize your members and be able to quickly show anybody directly on their ballot who you are endorsing. And I'll also show you real quickly. Okay, and again, apologies about the editing job. I'm just kind of doing this all one take. So the way that you guys go about choosing candidates is that you guys can search all the ballots in the entire country. We have them all. And as a group, you guys just select the ballot that you want to make endorsements on. And then you click the star of the candidate that you want to endorse. This says you want to do a written or a video endorsement. You say yes. And then you can do a written endorsements here. You can cut and paste. You can just write it out. You can do any of these features here. You can include links or images, or even embed videos in this, or you can just put the URL for the YouTube channel that you have for that video, and then just click publish, and that's it. And then that's going to be represented as an endorsement, and I'll be able to see the video or see the written endorsement, and then it's on to the next one. And you guys decide to choose John here, and again it's the same same easy process. So you guys can now go through ballots very quickly, choose candidates that you want to endorse, and then the other side of it is that you may be able to learn about a lot of candidates that you didn't know were running for certain offices. Do the research right there on the ballot, and then favorite them. Now we'll have a more elaborate process where you're actually going to create the endorsement, and then the candidate accepts that endorsement onto their page. And then there's also some back and forth where you may be able to reach out to the candidate and say, we're looking to endorse somebody in this race, fill out this questionnaire or whatever. But it really it creates a platform for all the things that we do now as voters, as candidates, as groups and organizations that endorse, sort of piecemeal and without a central platform. So anyway, would love to talk with you about how this stuff works, and would love to work with your group, both your state level group and the national group, I don't want to get too political, but bring some sense back to this political process. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.